We just learned in the past half hour or so that these two alleged attackers were known to security services.
It seems, yes, that they were on the margins of past investigations from the security services. They're on their radar screen, they were aware of them, but they weren't suspected of sort of direct involvement in the past in plots. And in the past recent years, British officials have talked about the fact they're watching up to around 2,000 people in the UK suspected of links to violent extremism. So it's a very large number of people, and a very small number of those people end up getting involved in plots. So it's a very, very big struggle for British security services to keep tabs of all these different people, Becky.
We heard the voice of one of the attackers yesterday talking about foreign lands, about British soldiers getting involved in wars in foreign lands. David Cameron, the Prime Minister today, has said that this was a brutal attack on Islam. Let's not blame this on Islamist thinking. But there is certainly a suggestion that these attackers had been inspired by some sort of jihadist narrative, as it were, and yet an attack as brutal but as basic as this one. No homemade bombs, no nothing. This was knives and machetes. Does that sound like the kind of character that has been inspired online and around the world that you've been investigating in the past?
It's certainly consistent with that. You know, that Al-Qaeda is encouraging followers in the West to take matters into their own hands. Don't come and train with us, but launch attacks, any attacks that you can manage to pull together. And if they can terrorize the population, all the better. And also Al-Qaeda leaders over the past years, people like Anwar al-Awlaki, has been encouraging attacks on soldiers, both in the United States and the UK. So it may be part of that playbook, indeed, Becky.
And just remind us that there was a similar plot which was thwarted in the UK, of course, back in 2007.
Yeah, it was thwarted in 2007. That was a plot in Birmingham to behead a Muslim British soldier and actually film the beheading and then distribute it. So there's quite a lot of similarities to this attack we saw here yesterday. According to eyewitness accounts, they're actually holding down the guy's head and trying to saw it off after perhaps killing him. So they clearly wanted these terrible images to get around the world.